We've all grown up hearing that vegetables are always good for us. And for the most part, that's true. But what if as we age, some of the vegetables we've trusted for years are now causing more harm than good? If you're over 60 and have ever felt bloated after a healthy meal, dealt with unexpected stomach discomfort, or even struggled with joint pain or fatigue, your vegetable choices might be playing a bigger role than you think. The truth is not all vegetables are created equal, especially when it comes to digestion and long-term health in our later years. Some vegetables, while packed with nutrients, can be surprisingly hard to digest. Others may interfere with important functions like calcium absorption or inflammation control, things that become even more critical as we age. In today's video, we'll gently walk through 5 vegetables that seniors may want to limit or avoid, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. And don't worry, we'll also offer simple senior-friendly alternatives that nourish without causing discomfort. If you've ever wondered why you feel sluggish after eating what should be a healthy meal, this video may offer the answers you've been missing. And if you find this topic helpful, please subscribe, hit like, and share this video with someone you care about. Every small choice matters, and it starts with what we put on our plate. Cruciferous vegetables: broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts. Most of us have heard that cruciferous vegetables, like broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts, are some of the healthiest foods we can eat. They're rich in vitamins, fiber, and antioxidants, and for many they've long been staples in salads, stir-fries, and steamed side dishes. But what if these vegetables, as nutrient-packed as they are, aren't always the best choice for seniors? As we age, our digestive systems naturally change. The stomach produces less acid. The digestive tract slows down. And foods that we once digested with ease can now cause unexpected discomfort. That's where cruciferous vegetables can become a challenge. These vegetables are known for being high in fiber, which is generally good for gut health. But the specific type of fiber found in cruciferous veggies is more difficult to break down, especially for older adults with slower digestion. They also contain sulfur-rich compounds which can ferment in the gut and produce excess gas, the result bloating, cramping, and that heavy, uncomfortable feeling many people assume is just part of aging. But what if it's not your age, it's your broccoli? Another issue with cruciferous vegetables is a group of carbohydrates called raffinose. These sugars pass through the stomach undigested and are fermented by bacteria in the large intestine. For some seniors, this leads to excess gas production and even pain. It's not dangerous, but it's far from pleasant, and it can make you feel sluggish and distended after meals. Now let's talk about the thyroid. Cruciferous vegetables contain compounds called goitrogens. These can interfere with the body's ability to absorb iodine, a nutrient essential for thyroid function. While most people can safely eat moderate amounts of these vegetables, without issue, seniors who already have thyroid conditions, especially hypothyroidism, might want to be extra cautious. Over time, consuming large quantities of raw cruciferous vegetables could contribute to hormonal imbalances, fatigue, or weight gain. Take Marie, a 75-year-old, who considered herself health conscious. She started eating big raw salads every day filled with cabbage and raw broccoli. Within weeks, she began feeling unusually tired, bloated, and mentally foggy. At first, she thought it was just part of aging. But after speaking with a dietitian and adjusting her meals, her energy returned and her digestion improved significantly. This doesn't mean you have to completely eliminate cruciferous vegetables. In fact, many seniors can still enjoy them, just in moderation and prepared properly. Here are a few senior health tips to make cruciferous vegetables more digestible and senior-friendly. Cook them gently. Steaming, roasting, or sautéing cruciferous vegetables can help break down some of their tougher fibers and reduce the impact of sulfur compounds. Avoid eating them raw in large amounts. A raw kale salad may look appealing, but it could be the reason behind your post-lunch bloating. Pay attention to portion sizes. Instead of a large serving of cabbage, try a small side dish paired with easier-to-digest vegetables like carrots or zucchini. Watch how your body responds. If you feel bloated, gassy, or fatigued after eating certain vegetables, take note. Your body is giving you important feedback. If you love broccoli and don't experience any discomfort, there's no need to remove it from your diet. But if you've been feeling off and haven't looked at your veggie choices, it may be time to reassess. Gentle alternatives like zucchini, cooked bell peppers, carrots, and green beans offer many of the same benefits without the heaviness. These vegetables are easier on the digestive system and still provide essential vitamins and fiber. In the world of senior wellness, we know that eating healthy is not one size fits all. What nourishes one person might upset another. And as we grow older, tuning in to how foods make us feel becomes just as important as reading nutrition labels. Good health isn't just about eating more vegetables, it's about choosing the right ones for your body. And sometimes the most powerful shift comes from swapping out what no longer serves you. If you're unsure whether cruciferous vegetables are causing you discomfort, consider trying a short break. Remove them from your meals for a week or two and see how you feel. Then slowly reintroduce them in small amounts and cooked to see how your body reacts. As always, speak with your doctor or a registered dietitian before making major dietary changes, especially if you have thyroid conditions or digestive concerns. Every person is different, and your wellness journey should reflect that. Here in the senior wellness community, we believe that food should leave you feeling energized, not bloated or uncomfortable. You deserve meals that support your digestion, your mood, and your ability to enjoy each day. So choose wisely, eat mindfully, and listen to your body. It often knows more than we think. Nightshade vegetables: tomatoes, eggplants, peppers, potatoes. Nightshade vegetables like tomatoes, eggplants, bell peppers, and potatoes are a regular part of many meals. They add flavor, color, and variety to everything from salads and soups to stews and casseroles. But for some seniors, these common foods may be quietly contributing to discomfort, inflammation, or digestive issues that are easy to overlook. As we grow older, our bodies become more sensitive to certain compounds in foods. And while nightshades are packed with nutrients, they also contain natural chemicals that may trigger reactions in people with underlying sensitivities, especially those with joint pain, acid reflux, or autoimmune concerns. One of the key compounds found in nightshades is solanine, a naturally occurring chemical present in tomatoes, potatoes, and other members of this plant family. For most people, small amounts are harmless. But in some individuals, particularly seniors, dealing with arthritis or chronic inflammation, solanine has been linked to increased joint pain and stiffness. It may not be the only cause, but for those already managing discomfort, nightshades can act as a quiet aggravator. If you've ever noticed that your knees feel stiffer after a tomato-heavy meal, or that your fingers ache the morning after eating roasted potatoes, you're not imagining it. These subtle connections often go unrecognized, but can significantly impact long-term wellness and comfort. Tomatoes and peppers are also highly acidic, which can be problematic for people with sensitive stomachs, especially those with GERD. Gastroesophageal reflux disease. Their acidity can weaken the lower esophageal sphincter, allowing stomach acid to flow upward, leading to heartburn, indigestion, or a burning sensation in the chest. Many people assume these symptoms only come from spicy food or coffee, but vegetables like tomatoes and peppers can be culprits too. Potatoes, though often seen as a comfort food, present a different issue. Their high glycemic index means they can cause a quick spike in blood sugar levels, something seniors managing diabetes or insulin resistance should be especially mindful of. While a baked potato might seem innocent, over time, consistent blood sugar spikes can make glucose management more challenging. Take Daniel, for example. At 68, he loved starting his mornings with a tomato omelet and ending his evenings with a side of roasted potatoes. But he couldn't figure out why his joints were aching more or why his acid reflux seemed worse. At the suggestion of a nutritionist, he took a short break from nightshades. Within 2 weeks, his digestion improved and his joint discomfort began to ease. It wasn't a cure-all, but it was a clear shift that gave him more control over how he felt. That's the power of mindful eating. This doesn't mean you have to eliminate nightshade vegetables forever. Many seniors enjoy them without any issues. But if you're struggling with joint inflammation, acid reflux, or digestive discomfort, it might be worth doing a short experiment. Remove nightshades from your diet for 2 to 3 weeks, then gradually reintroduce them one at a time and see how your body responds. Here are a few senior health tips for navigating nightshades more comfortably. Try cooking them thoroughly. Heat can help break down some of the irritating compounds in nightshades. Roasted or stewed tomatoes, for example, are often easier to tolerate than raw ones. Replace white potatoes with lower glycemic options, such as sweet potatoes, mashed cauliflower, or butternut squash. Reduce portion sizes. Instead of a full tomato salad, try a small amount added to another dish. Listen to your body. If something consistently leaves you feeling off, whether it's stiffness, bloating, or reflux, take note. Your symptoms are signals worth paying attention to. As part of a holistic health approach, it's important to consider how every part of your body interacts. What you eat can influence your joints, your stomach, your sleep, and your energy levels. And while nightshades may be harmless for some, they can quietly interfere with comfort and quality of life for others. Here in the senior wellness community, we believe that making thoughtful adjustments to your diet isn't about fear, it's about freedom. Freedom to feel better, to move more easily, and to enjoy meals that truly nourish you body and mind. If you suspect that nightshades might be affecting how you feel, don't hesitate to talk with your doctor or a registered dietitian. They can help you assess your symptoms, explore alternatives, and guide you toward choices that support your unique needs. Remember, wellness in later life isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about making small, compassionate choices that support your well-being. And sometimes the most surprising shifts come from the foods we least expect. So be curious, be kind to your body, and trust that every change you make toward feeling better is a step in the right direction. Raw onions and garlic. Surprisingly harsh for sensitive stomachs. For many of us, onions and garlic have always been beloved kitchen staples. They add depth, aroma, and flavor to almost every savory dish. Whether it's a crisp salad, a hearty soup, or a comforting stir-fry, these two ingredients have a way of making a meal feel complete. But as we grow older, the same foods that once brought joy and satisfaction can start to feel different. And onions and garlic, especially in their raw form, can become surprisingly harsh on the digestive system, particularly for seniors. You might not connect your favorite vinaigrette or sandwich topping to your discomfort, but if you've ever experienced bloating gas or a burning feeling in your chest after a meal, onions or garlic could be the quiet culprits. Raw onions and garlic contain strong sulfur compounds and fermentable fibers, especially a type called fructans. These compounds are known to cause gas bloating and even irritation to the lining of the stomach in sensitive individuals. For seniors with slower digestion or conditions like irritable bowel syndrome (IBS), these foods can feel particularly unforgiving. One of the most common issues they contribute to is acid reflux. Raw onions and garlic can relax the lower esophageal sphincter, the muscle that keeps stomach acid where it belongs. When this muscle is weakened or loosened, it becomes easier for stomach acid to travel upward, causing that familiar burning sensation known as heartburn. For people living with GERD or chronic reflux, this effect can be even more pronounced. Let's take Ellen, for example. At 72, she loved cooking with fresh ingredients and prided herself on making healthy, flavorful meals. But after lunch, she often found herself reaching for antacids. She assumed it was just part of aging. It wasn't until she cut back on raw onions and garlic, choosing to sauté them gently instead, that she noticed her heartburn almost disappeared. Another issue with raw onions and garlic is their fermentability. Fructans, the carbohydrates found in these vegetables, ferment quickly in the gut, especially when digestion slows with age. This fermentation creates excess gas, leading to bloating cramps and sometimes even diarrhea. These reactions don't happen to everyone, but they're far more common than most people realize. If you've ever felt weighed down or unusually gassy after a meal with raw onion, think salads, dressings, or sandwich toppings. It may not be your imagination. These ingredients can linger in the gut and cause discomfort for hours. Does that mean you need to give them up entirely? Not necessarily. Here are a few senior health tips for enjoying onions and garlic more comfortably. Cook them instead of eating them raw. Cooking breaks down many of the sulfur compounds and fructans that cause digestive distress. Roasted, sautéed, or simmered onions and garlic are much gentler on the stomach than raw slices. Try garlic-infused oil. This provides the flavor of garlic without the fiber and fructans that can cause issues. It's a great alternative for those with sensitive digestion. Watch how your body responds. Everyone is different. What causes discomfort for one person might be perfectly fine for another. The key is paying attention. Start small if reintroducing. If you've taken a break and want to bring onions or garlic back into your meals, begin with small cooked amounts and monitor how you feel. In the world of senior wellness, we understand that nutrition isn't just about what's good on paper, it's about what makes you feel good in real life. And the truth is, no food is universally perfect for everyone, no matter how healthy it seems. What matters most is how your body responds. Garlic and onions do offer health benefits such as immune support and anti-inflammatory properties. But if they consistently leave you feeling bloated, sluggish, or in pain, it's worth considering adjustments. Your comfort matters, your energy matters, and there are always flavorful alternatives that can nourish your body without upsetting your digestion. Gentle herbs like basil, thyme, or parsley can add brightness to your meals. Slow-cooked leeks or chives offer a milder onion-like flavor with less digestive impact. And cooking with spices like turmeric or ginger can enhance flavor while also supporting holistic health and digestion. At Senior Wellness, we believe in honoring your body's signals and supporting your journey to feel your best. That might mean changing the way you cook. It might mean replacing ingredients you've always used. And it might mean trusting your experience over general advice. Food should bring comfort, not discomfort. And mealtime should feel like a pleasure, not something to recover from afterward. So if you've been dealing with unexplained bloating, heartburn, or stomach upset, and you've ruled out the usual suspects, take a second look at your onions and garlic. With small changes and thoughtful preparation, you can continue to enjoy flavorful meals that love your body back. As always, if you have ongoing digestive issues, speak with your doctor or a registered dietitian. They can help you tailor your meals to your unique needs, ensuring that every bite supports your health and your happiness. Because at this stage in life, you deserve to eat in a way that nourishes not just your body, but your comfort, your energy, and your peace of mind. Corn and other tough-to-digest starches, a hidden challenge for aging digestion. Corn is a staple in many kitchens. Whether it's corn on the cob at summer barbecues, popcorn, during movie nights, or tortillas folded around a favorite filling, this bright, familiar grain often brings comfort and tradition to the table. But for many older adults, corn may also bring something less welcome: bloating, sluggish digestion, and discomfort that can quietly affect how you feel day to day. It's easy to assume corn is a harmless choice. After all, it's a vegetable, right? But here's the surprising truth. Corn is technically a grain, and it's one of the more difficult foods for the digestive system to fully break down, especially as we age. The outer shell of each corn kernel is made of cellulose, a type of insoluble fiber the human body simply cannot digest. For younger adults with faster metabolism and more robust gut function, this may not pose a noticeable problem. But as digestion naturally slows with age, that undigested fiber can cause gas, bloating, and an overall feeling of heaviness after meals. If you've ever noticed pieces of corn in your stool, it's a clear sign your body isn't processing it completely. And while this might seem like a small issue over time, the cumulative effect of poorly digested foods can make you feel less energetic and more weighed down after meals, something no one wants in their golden years. Nancy, age 70, always enjoyed corn as a side dish. But over time, she started feeling uncomfortable after meals, especially those that included popcorn or corn on the cob. At first, she thought it was just her age catching up with her. But after gently removing corn from her meals for a few weeks and replacing it with softer cooked vegetables, she noticed her energy improve and her digestion feel noticeably lighter. Popcorn in particular poses additional challenges. Its tough, jagged texture can irritate the lining of the digestive tract, especially in people with sensitive stomachs or conditions like diverticulosis, a common issue for older adults where small pouches form in the colon and can become inflamed. The sharp bits from popcorn can trigger discomfort or even inflammation in these delicate areas. And it's not just the fiber. Corn has a high glycemic index, which means it converts to sugar relatively quickly in the body. For seniors managing blood sugar levels, insulin resistance, or type 2 diabetes, this can make balancing blood sugar more difficult. While corn isn't as extreme as processed sugar or white bread, it still has a faster impact than many other vegetables. So should seniors eliminate corn completely? Not necessarily, but moderation and awareness are key. If you enjoy corn occasionally and it doesn't cause discomfort, there's no need to cut it out entirely. However, if you've noticed feeling bloated, gassy, or unusually tired after meals, it may be worth experimenting with limiting corn to see how your body responds. Here are a few senior health tips to manage corn and other starchy vegetables more comfortably. Opt for smaller portions. A few spoonfuls of corn as part of a balanced meal may be easier to digest than eating it as the main dish. Chew thoroughly. Proper chewing helps break down the outer shell and reduces the burden on your digestive tract. Try gentler alternatives. Cooked zucchini, steamed carrots, roasted bell peppers, and mashed cauliflower are easier to digest and still rich in flavor and nutrients. Be cautious with popcorn. If you have a sensitive gut or a history of diverticulosis, it may be best to skip it altogether or eat it sparingly. From a senior wellness perspective, food should leave you feeling energized, not sluggish. If a certain food consistently leads to bloating or fatigue, your body is gently asking you to reconsider. Listening to those signals is a vital part of aging wisely. In the spirit of senior wisdom, it's important to remember that good health doesn't always mean sticking rigidly to traditional advice. Sometimes it means making simple shifts based on how your body feels. If corn, once a comfort, is now a cause of discomfort, it's okay to make a change. As we get older, digestion changes. Our needs change. And with those changes come opportunities to care for ourselves in more personalized, compassionate ways. So if your stomach has been feeling off, after corn-heavy meals, take a break. See how your body responds. Replace it with gentler vegetables and notice the difference not just in your digestion, but in your energy, clarity, and mood. Food isn't just fuel, it's feedback. And every day is a chance to choose what feels best for your body, your well-being, and your life. Always consult with your doctor or a registered dietitian if you're considering dietary changes, especially if you manage chronic conditions like diabetes or digestive disorders. And most of all, trust yourself. Your body is always speaking. The more you listen, the better you'll feel. Spinach and other high oxalate greens. When healthy isn't the whole story. Spinach. It's often seen as one of the healthiest foods on the planet, packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. It's a staple in salads, smoothies, and sautéed side dishes. But as surprising as it may sound, spinach and other high oxalate greens might not be the best choice for every senior, especially those with certain health concerns. While leafy greens are generally excellent for wellness, spinach is also one of the highest sources of oxalates, natural compounds that can interfere with the body's ability to absorb important minerals, like calcium. For many older adults, this may not cause any immediate issues, but for those who are prone to kidney stones or struggling with bone density, high oxalate foods can quietly complicate things. Oxalates bind to calcium in the digestive tract, making it harder for your body to absorb. Instead of being used to support strong bones, that calcium gets flushed out, or worse, it can bind with oxalates in the kidneys and contribute to the formation of painful kidney stones. If you've ever experienced kidney stones, you know just how intense and disruptive they can be. Take William, age 73, who believed he was doing everything right. Every morning he'd make a big spinach salad, believing it was a smart, heart-healthy meal. But after 2 episodes of kidney stones, his doctor suggested cutting back on high oxalate foods. Within months of switching to lower oxalate greens like romaine and bok choy, his symptoms improved, and he hasn't had another stone since. For those managing osteoporosis or low calcium levels, it's especially important to think about not just how much calcium you consume, but how well your body can actually absorb it. Oxalates in spinach and similar greens can reduce calcium availability, making it harder to maintain strong, healthy bones. This matters at any age, but it becomes critical in later years, when bone loss can lead to falls and fractures that affect independence and quality of life. Of course, this doesn't mean spinach is bad. It simply means it's not a perfect fit for everyone, especially in large amounts or on a daily basis. Here are a few holistic health suggestions to help you enjoy leafy greens without the downsides. Choose lower oxalate greens. Options like kale, arugula, collard greens, mustard greens, and bok choy still offer excellent nutrition without as much oxalate content. Pair greens with calcium-rich foods. When eaten alongside sources of calcium like dairy or fortified alternatives, oxalates may bind to calcium in the gut and pass through your system instead of accumulating in your kidneys. Steam or cook your greens. Cooking can help reduce the oxalate content in some vegetables and make them easier to digest. Rotate your greens. Instead of eating spinach every day, consider mixing it up throughout the week. Variety is not only enjoyable, it's also a key principle of smart nutrition. Listen to your body. If you've experienced kidney stones, talk to your doctor or dietitian about oxalates. It's not about eliminating all your favorites, it's about finding a better balance. In the world of senior wisdom, we learn that even healthy foods need context. What works beautifully for one person may not be ideal for another, especially as we age and our bodies respond differently to what we eat. This is why personalized wellness is so important. A one-size-fits-all approach simply doesn't work in our later years. The best choices come from paying attention to your body, your history, and your current needs. From a holistic health perspective, the goal isn't to fear food, it's to understand it, to work with it, to use it as a gentle tool to support your energy, your mobility, and your peace of mind. If you've been eating spinach regularly and feel great, wonderful. But if you've had issues with kidney stones, calcium absorption, or bone health, it might be time to rethink your leafy greens and try new alternatives that work better for you. This small shift can have a big impact. It may help you feel lighter, more energized, and more in tune with what your body truly needs at this stage of life. Here in our senior wellness community, we encourage you to keep learning, keep adapting, and keep choosing what feels right for your unique path. Because health isn't just about what you eat, it's about how you feel, how you move, and how confidently you live each day. So go ahead and explore. Try something new. Give your body the kindness it deserves. And if something isn't working, even if it seems healthy, remember wisdom means knowing when to let go and try a gentler way forward. As we reach the end of today's video, we hope you walk away not with worry, but with clarity and confidence. Growing older means learning to listen more closely to your body. What once worked for you may feel different now, and that's okay. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of wisdom. You don't have to fear vegetables or avoid healthy eating. The goal is simple. Make choices that truly support your body, your digestion, and your long-term well-being. Small shifts like cooking certain vegetables or choosing gentler alternatives can make a big difference in how you feel each day. Remember, food is not just about nutrition, it's about comfort, energy, and the joy of living well. If you found this video helpful, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment and let us know what changes you're considering, or share a tip that's worked for you. And if you haven't yet, feel free to subscribe, like this video, and share it with someone you care about. Your support helps us continue creating thoughtful, uplifting content for the senior wellness community. Thank you for spending time with us. Until next time, take care, stay curious, and keep choosing what helps you feel your best.